Liddy Wayne, 40 years of age, resident of the town of Alton. She was found dead, stabbed in the stomach. Her nephew, Thomas Little. The young man was seen bolting from the house on that very same day. They found his fingerprints on the knife used as the murder weapon.
So are you saying the police suspect that Thomas was the one who perpetrated this crime?
Yeah. Who in their right mind would believe a deposition in which he goes into a room, picks a knife off the floor, and finds his aunt like so?
Is there any chance of a romantic entanglement or something like that? Maybe a lover was involved?
No, nothing of the sort. The woman seems to have kept to herself for the most part, and by all accounts had lived a rather quiet life on her own over the past 10 years. The only one to visit her was Thomas Little. She refused to give her nephew some money, and so he flew into a rage. He murdered her. Same old story. You see, Thomas is the beneficiary of her life insurance policy.
What?
Well, that works out for you. When the beneficiary murders the policyholder, your company is under no obligation to pay out the money, am I right?
Yes, Detective, that's correct. Good day.
No, Thomas is innocent. I tell you, he's innocent. Tell me why not. Tell me why you won't let me see Thomas.
As I said,
I'll take this to the Human Rights Council.
you must go through his lawyer. Otherwise, only immediate family are permitted visitations, madam.
That's enough of this nonsense. So inflexible and full of nonsense, there's no point in my standing here talking to you.
A simple case, huh? Looks like I can file a basic report for this one. She had lupins, huh?
What do you think you're doing here?
Huh?
So you're the one who killed her. They say the murderer always comes back to the scene of the crime.
Whoa!
I'm going to get you on!
Wait a sec, wait! Ah! Ow.
So then, you mean to tell me you're a genuine detective, sir?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh dear, I'm so terribly disappointed. You don't quite have the movie star looks of someone like Paul Newman, or the tough and gritty attitude of a man like Steve McQueen. I would have to say Bogey truly is my absolute favorite. I'm referring to the marvelous Humphrey Bogart. I'm sure you agree with me?
Well, of course.
Then you must find the actual culprit, like Bogey would. You cannot let me down.
Huh?
Goodness, what do you mean, huh? You don't actually believe that lovely young man could have possibly done in his aunt.
Lovely young man, you're not talking about Thomas.
Of course, he lives right across the street with his ailing grandmother. It's also true that the young man doesn't have any steady employment, and I realize he has a reputation for being rather aimless, but he's simply not the kind of boy the authorities think he is.
But let me remind you, Mrs.
Barnum. My name is Mrs. Jerry Barnum.
Mrs. Barnum. Unfortunately, you can't discount it. There's the motive, the knife, and the witness. It's obvious they all point to Thomas as the culprit. And we have no evidence to the contrary.
Did you say you have no evidence? Then just come this way with me.
But I...
Would you kindly get over here, please? Look at this.
Something wrong with the pot?
That's why you won't rise to anything beyond a third-rate detective. And this is the second piece of evidence?
Delicious. A pie with dried fruit. But I still don't see what the pot and the pie have to do with the case.
What? You still don't get it? Take a look at the size of the pie. It's too large for her to eat all by herself. Our Miss Wayne must have been involved with a man.
Huh? Hold on now, wait just a minute. Did you stop to consider that maybe this pie and the pot were for Thomas?
Then what about this? Here is the third piece of evidence.
It has a sweet scent.
Aruna by Boulay. It's quite an expensive perfume.
Uh-huh.
Do you think a woman would wear that perfume if she were only meeting her nephew? Surely it's clear now.
Then you've concluded that her lover killed her.
From all of this incriminating evidence, of course.
Intriguing. Although this evidence doesn't actually prove anything, but it's definitely interesting.
Interesting. A life was taken. It's bad form to be amused.
Sorry?
Let's move on to the next. This bathrobe must surely be for a man, and the initials of the lover's name are on the pocket.
WG.
Are you still confident there could be no other suspect than Thomas?
Well, hold on. Even if she did have an anonymous lover, it doesn't automatically mean that he was the guilty party who murdered her.
I leave the rest of the job up to you. Find out who this Mr. WG is.
But how can I?
It's up to you to think of a way, isn't it? Train yourself to become like Bogey. Oh, I'm already running late as it is. My husband always gets upset when dinner's late, even if it's by a minute.
Oh boy, this is great. I thought I'd wrap up this case by tomorrow, but from the looks of it, I don't think that's going to happen.
Lupins, you say? There's a middle-aged gentleman who comes around for 'em. He buys a bouquet from me faithfully every week, sir.
How would you describe him?
I don't know. He always wears sunglasses and an oversized hat that almost entirely covers up his face, so I've never really had a good look at him.
Anything else?
No, sir, I'm afraid that's all.
Thanks so much. You've been helpful.
Oh, come to think of it, he had an unusual watch. With something resembling a family crest. Etched into the face it was, along with a pair of oars.
A watch? Splendid job. That's quite a promising lead, I'll have you know. Even a third-rate detective can do it if he tries. You're a step closer to being like Bogey.
Oi, quit your gossiping. The soup's getting cold.
My husband's in a state. But do ring me the moment you come up with something. Good luck, Mr. Keaton. Keep pressing on. He's the guilty one, all right.
Do you like it? Rather impressive, isn't it? It's a keepsake of mine from the Henley Royal Regatta back in 1973. We cut through all the competitors. We won our first cup in over 30 years. We had this watch made to commemorate the event.
It's not just beautiful to look at, it seems to be pretty solid, too.
Isn't it, though? After all, dear boy, it was a glorious triumph.
How many others have a watch like this one?
Only those who crossed the finish line on the winning boat, including myself. There were 8 of us in the crew.
By any chance, was there a gentleman with the initials WG?
The ambitious management consultant.
Oh, he always leaves the telly on.
For Member of Parliament. I'm only here today because of her. She's been my greatest partner in business and at home. Let me introduce you to my fabulous wife, Doris. She's always stuck by me through difficult times and will be with me throughout the campaign. Place
Not a
your trust
bad-looking man
and
for a
confidence
politician,
in us.
that is.
We'll work to win the election, together as a team. But we need your help. Come election time, I ask for your support.
Oh, that watch.
Listen, how many times must I tell you? Mr. Goldman does not see anyone without an appointment.
As a favor, please!
So as far as the arrangements are concerned, I would like you to get in touch with him. That's about it.
Mr. Goldman!
Hey!
Mr. Goldman, I want you to know I'm your biggest supporter.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
I wish you the best of luck. A mutual friend was also a supporter of yours, Miss Liddy Wayne, sir. She surely would have come today if she was still living.
We appreciate your trust and support, thank you. Come along, darling.
Did you see it then? The look on his face when I mentioned her name? I'm convinced more than ever that he did it.
I'm impressed. I never thought I'd see such boldness in you, Mrs. Barnum. Bravo. Is there anything wrong?
My husband Brian can't see me in a place like this, or else I'll be in an awful lot of trouble. And Mr. Keaton, that could mean big trouble for you. Oh.
Excuse me, may I take a seat?
What's this?
I won't dare ask how much you two know about them, my husband and Liddy Wayne, that is. It's a sensitive time for my husband, with an important election coming up now. You see, I'd rather you not leak this story to the public. Good day.
Mrs. Goldman, is your husband the one who sent you to meet with us?
No, my dear husband isn't at all aware that I knew anything about their indiscretion. Excuse me.
You forgot something. Here, you may have it back. It's too much for the coffee bill.
Well, you clearly won't cooperate, but it may be in your best interest to know. We're moving into politics and are prepared for anything that might come up against us. We'll not allow ourselves to be set back by a petty scandal. Remember that.
The culprit has to be Goldman. He was afraid of the scandal hitting the press in the middle of the election campaign. So the man clearly must have murdered Miss Wayne.
Yeah, I imagine that's a distinct possibility.
By the way, did you happen to notice the brand of the perfume she was wearing?
Yeah?
Aruna, the same brand Miss Wayne had.
No, it's fine. I happen to be acquainted with these people. Would you mind leaving us alone for a little while? Yes, she was my lover for some time, even before I was to meet my future wife. Liddy and I first met about 20 years ago, while I was a penniless student. But I couldn't openly express the love we felt for one another. All through our school days, and even still after that. I was the son of a poor coal miner, so I had no prospects. But it was Doris's father, Lord Menthis, who sponsored me. Say what you will about it, but I simply couldn't refuse to marry Doris. Liddy, she understood perfectly. She forgave me. She said she didn't mind, as long as my love for her would continue, and we could see each other. The only place I could relax was at her house. Her fruit pie and her anchovy stew gave me strength. It's how I get through the week. Now she's gone and I feel so lost.
You're a marvelous actor, Mr. Goldman.
Huh?
I can see how a career in politics would suit you just fine. But you can't fool me. I'm convinced you're the one who killed her. You were intent on getting rid of her before the election campaign.
You're mad, do you know that? Have the pair of you come here on a mission to sabotage my chances in the election?
Don't get upset. The reason we're here is to find out the truth.
Yes, that's right. It's a matter of clearing the name of an innocent boy and giving him a promising future.
Go on, don't make me laugh. Tell me exactly how much you want from me. I'm onto your pathetic scheme. I'm not afraid of your kind. Blackmailers.
How vulgar can one possibly get? Did you just hear what he accused us of?
Blackmail, he said. That could prove interesting.
What's that?
Let's use his idea and become blackmailers.
Do you honestly believe Goldman will come?
I saw you at the house. You were leaving there in a hurry on that day. I even have photos. We should meet and strike a deal. Well, I think that should do the trick. Anyone besides the true culprit would ignore that letter. Oh, and listen, Mrs. Barnum, please go somewhere safe. This is becoming too dangerous for you.
What do you mean by that? I can't leave you alone to finish this. You won't solve something this important by yourself.
But your husband would be worried knowing you were here.
I told him before I left I'd be at my sister's. He'd be ever so cross.
Yes, right.
Mr. Keaton! Oh. Huh? Mrs. Goldman?
Actually, I thought it might be a good idea to mail the same letter to his wife. Although I wasn't convinced.
Very clever for a fellow like you.
But I wonder what made her stoop to such drastic action. Just to hide a scandal? It's not like a woman who's put up with cheating for so long.
Maybe she found...
Doris! Doris! Where is she?
The police are in her room at the moment asking some questions. She confessed to everything.
But why? Why did my Doris kill Liddy?
You gave exactly the same brand of perfume to Miss Wayne as you did your wife, didn't you?
How would you know?
So, could you tell me, since you keep on mentioning it, what's the relevance of the brand of perfume?
Oh, my goodness, dear boy, you really haven't a clue, do you? I don't think Doris went to that house with the intention of killing Liddy. At least at first. I think she was going to give her some money, and perhaps ask her to consider moving away. I suspect Miss Wayne accepted the offer for the sake of Goldman, but then before Doris decided to take her leave, she noticed something unpleasant.
Huh?
She noticed that Miss Wayne was wearing the same perfume as herself.
Oh.
Doris wanted to have some dignity in her marriage. He was finally acknowledging her as his partner. She had convinced herself that the perfume was something quite special from him, but the mistress she looked down upon was wearing the same brand. And that's when she lost control and did her in.
Oh, I think I finally get it.
But are you certain you get it?
Well, yeah, I suppose. It all pretty much makes sense now.
You did an admirable job with this case, but you'll never attain the status of bogey. Unfortunately, Mr. Keaton, you don't understand women at all.
Huh? Wait up! Mrs. Barnum, please, stop. You can't just leave. I'd like to treat you to something nice, to dinner. In return for your help. It'll be on me.
Well, goodness, I can't say I'm not flattered. Having a young man like yourself invite me out to dinner, even though you're not my type at all. Oh, bother, just look at the time. It's getting late. My husband will be pacing up and down with worry until he decides to ring up my sisters. So long, Mr. Keaton.
Ghosts from the past come back to haunt a rebel, and a complex bomb he's constructed has Keaton off on a wild chase. However, the rebel actually wants to assist him. The problem is, neither of them knows where the bomb is, and it's set to detonate at 3 o'clock. A man who embraced his past may now have no future. Next time, A Peaceful Death.